it started. So I think my experience has been, it was never just like boom, it's starting right now. It's something that came gradually, because like I'm a person that likes to keep things in, and I don't like to talk about things or deal with things or face things. So like in 2015, varsity was doing the most to me, and I wasn't really coping with school. So, but it wasn't just like varsity just doing the most to me. There was stuff I was not dealing with, like stuff from my past, because we all have, maybe not all of us, but guys, some of us got a dark past. I'm gonna talk about that like in another video. But like I think that just started to haunt me, and then like the pressure of school got to me, and the pressure of life, and the pressure of like trying to adult. So I started to like completely zone out of like my studies. Like I just wasn't applying myself that much, and instead of just doing my schoolwork, I would just sit in my room. That was 2015. Started this bad habit, sitting in my room and just thinking about my life and crying and just being sad. So that's how it gradually started. So that affected my grades, and fast forward to, is it 2016 or whatever, or 2015, yeah, I had to repeat my third year. Yo, I was like one of those people that always said to myself, if I fail a grade, I would rather die. You understand? Like if I fail a grade, I would rather die. So I was just like, if I fail, the only thing that's left for me is death. Like, not because I was depressed, it was just like, guys, psh, like that's what I told myself. And so when that happened, I was like in denial. I was like, oh my gosh, I failed. So when I failed, I was in denial, because there was an E there, it wasn't an F. So I was like, an E, like what does that mean? So I remember, because I was interning with another organization in Babane. So there was a hike at work. So I was like, okay, I'll go for this hike. After the hike, I die. Like I had it planned out, but you know, obviously I didn't want to die like a painful death, but I wanted to die like, you know, without people knowing that I killed myself. But I wanted to die, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna kill myself. So then I was like, I needed ways. I'm like, I'll drown myself in the bath, but man, they're gonna see me naked or whatever. So I was like, let me just Google how I can kill myself without like it being really dramatic, because I couldn't deal with drama. Like I didn't want the pain, I just wanted to, you know. So I was like, hello Google, do. And then like, yeah, I scrolled, I was just trying to find ways, and then like there was just a small tab on that page that said, please help me. I don't even know how I clicked onto that thing. It was like I clicked onto it, and then it was just like a paragraph, and the guy and the person who wrote on that site like on how you could kill yourself was just like, yo, if you want to kill yourself, just why can't you wait for 3 more days? Don't do it today. Like, I mean, you'll still die. And I was like, yeah. They're like, yeah, wait it out for 3 days. And then I was just like, okay, sure. So I did wait it out for 3 days, and the urge to die just sort of like subsided. But then in the days coming up after that, I was like in a weird place. I was like suddenly tired all the time, suddenly thirsty all the time, just like feeling weird for real. Like obviously the failing thing was the only thing in my head most of the times, and I was just like in a weird place, like, oh my gosh, I'm those people now. I'm those people that failed an entire grade. What? Like, you know. So it was really weird for me. And then like I just started like, for example, I'd be like hanging clothes maybe on the washing line, and then like just like, you know, normal daily activity, just grabbing clothes, and then suddenly, hi man, clothes are now too heavy for me to carry. Not like because they're physically heavy, but like body is just saying, I'm not gonna carry these clothes anymore. And it was just like, okay. I would then have to like leave doing normal activities and just go and lie in my bed, just like sleep or whatever, but not know what was wrong with me. And then like, but I would feel like this thing wash over me, like this feeling. And then I was just concerned, like, okay, but like, And then I remember one time I was like at Mr. Price, like, is it Mr. Price or Mr. Price? I don't know. So I was like, just approaching the till, and then I could feel that this feeling that washes over is coming right now. And I was like, oh my, I started to freak out. I'm like, I'm in a flipping till. Like, seriously, Ntobie, like, if you freak out here, like, because it's not like I was feeling any physical pain anyway, but like, yeah, it would get real. And I was just like, Lord, if I can just open my wallet, pay, and get out of here, then I'll be fine, you know. So I just remember fumbling, just trying to take the money out of my wallet and thinking, can these people see what's happening to me right now? But luckily I was able to pay, got out. I sat outside Mr. Price. I think there was, is it a windowsill or something? Windowsill, I don't know, that thing. I sat on that thing and I called my dad. Like, thank God I have parents, guys. Like, honestly, I called my dad. Like, listen, I'm an independent child. Like, I'm a firstborn. I don't like to rely on people. So for me, that was a moment of weakness. I was like, I'm calling my dad to fetch me from town. Like, what's happening? I was just, yeah, so I was just like, yo, please fetch me. And he did. And yeah, that ride was silent. He never really asked me, yo, girl, what's happening to you? And I was just like in the zone, just like, but I think he understood like that I was going through the most. Not gonna cry. So yeah, and then like I was like concerned, like, what is wrong with me? So I think I started to Google things like, I think I have diabetes, because I was peeing a lot as well. I was thirsty, and I knew that if you're thirsty and you pee a lot, like girl, something is happening to your body. So I was like, I got diabetes, because I had people in my family that had diabetes. So I was like, psh, it's caught up to me, unfortunately. So I think on that weekend, really, when I googled, there was a trade fair. So I was like, let me go test it. Let me go get tested for this thing, you know. So I was like, yeah, they did the prick my blood. I don't know what they did. They did all the things. And then, like, boom, test comes out. Girl, you perfectly healthy. I was like, perfectly healthy? Like, the test said I was perfect, like, extremely, like, more than healthy. Like, and I was just so confused. Like, how can I be healthy when I'm just acting weird? So, yeah. I think I started to think I had malaria. I was just like, yeah, I just didn't understand what was wrong with me. So I think I had to repeat, and then I got like a 6-month job. So I was like out of my head finally. So I was okay. And then it was 2016. I had to go and do my final year again. So now I got to finally go and finish my degree. So I think, you know, if you went to uni, so yo guys, I struggled to get accommodation, but I was so patient. Like, I was just so determined. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this final thing. Yeah, you think you have university? I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you with guns blazing. So I was there. Like, I'm gonna fight. So like, yeah, because I knew that I was not gonna be able to cope with school at home, because like I had to wash dishes and cook, and there's TV, so I just need to be at school. I really persevered. I got my room and I was like, yes, now my life can start. Now I can focus on my books. So yo, I got there. I think first week into it, boom, reality strikes. Like, my friends are gone. First year, second year, third year, I had my squad, yo. Like, we was rolling. We was doing the same course. So like, now I was alone. Like, I had no friends. Like, I had no friends. Like, the only people I was talking to is people who was like miles and kilometers away from me. And so now I'm just going to class, coming back, now to talk to. Now my thoughts start to get the most of me. Like, and it's just like, yeah, now, because I thought I would go in hard on school. I was like, yeah, school. So what would happen is I would get to my room and just stare at my laptop. I'd sit on my bed, laptop's on my desk. I would just like stare at it like for like 3 hours or something. It was really weird. I would just like, it's like I would be trapped in this cage or whatever. And bengakhoni to escape like that part of me, like. So I would stare, and then like, because this thing started to get like gradual, like I was sick, like, yeah. And then I knew that no, I'm like sick now. Like I would just like spend, like when I was in my room, I'd be crying, crying for nothing, and just like not doing my work. And with varsity, you cannot afford to miss a day, like let alone days. Like final year is flipping hectic. So I was just like, I was not doing my work anymore. I just didn't. I couldn't participate. I would be able to go to class, yeah, and just like be there. But like when I had to do things for myself, no. So I remember like my work was piling up, and there was this assignment that I hadn't done. You know that when you're at school, or like when you're doing life, there's an urgency of like doing things. Like for example, if an assignment's due, like if your mind is normal and healthy, you're gonna like have the pressure to be like, yo, get that deadline, like don't miss that deadline or whatever. Like that urgency just left me. It walked out the door, and I was confused. Like I remember I was just like, okay, maybe I just need to go home and just go and be with myself and go and heal and recover, and then I'll come back for university. So I remember I went to one lecturer of mine. Yeah, that man. I don't know if I should mention people's names, but like maybe I should, because like he really helped me out. So getting emotional. So yeah, I went to him, and I was like straight up, because like I was at a point where I just did not care anymore. So I went to him. I was like, yo sir, Mr. Chemaka, demography. I did demography and public administration. So I was like, Mr. Chemaka, yo, your assignment which was due last week, like I just can't do it. And he's like, what do you mean you can't do it? I mean, then I'm like physically, mental, I'm down and out. And he was like, what? And I'm like, yeah sir, I think I've tried. Maybe I should just quit school and come back next year and try out. And he's like, no Ntobie, you left with one semester. Yo. He's like, you left with one semester, so come on girl, come on, you can do it. He spoke life into me. He told me about God. He told me, yo, he spoke life into me. And then suddenly, it's like I started to believe in myself again. Yeah, I started to believe in myself. I was like, okay, yeah, I can actually read a sentence and understand. Because like, I would read a sentence and not understand what a sentence means. Like that's how much my mind was just not willing to participate anymore. I think I'm turning red. Yeah, so I was like motivated. I was like, okay, I can actually do this. I handed it in, and then I was participating in life again, like school again. I was like, okay, you know, I think I was watching YouTube videos also at the time. So I would watch YouTube videos about like other depressed people, and we'd all just be depressed together. And it wasn't really taking me anywhere. And then I think I saw another video about this guy just talking about depression like a cloud, like a dark cloudy day, not like because it's your entire life. Like it's just a cloud that comes and it's gonna pass, you know. So I started to watch a lot of like motivational videos. I was like trying to go into the school thing. And then I saw a post on Facebook, like one of my classmates from high school had posted about depression, like, and then they just started to talk about it, and they're like, yo, if you think you're depressed, like go to the psych. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm depressed. I think that's what's wrong. So that's in 2016, 2017. That's when I was like, that's when I like was able to really diagnose myself properly. I was like, okay, I know what's wrong with me. And so I knew what was wrong with me. And you know what, the thing is, yeah, first semester I was fine. I had like seasons, and only a few people knew that I was going through the most. And these were people that were not even like within my vicinity or like close to me, you know. It's just like far away. We talk on WhatsApp. So I just remember, yeah, like it really escalated for me. It escalated because like of the isolation. So what ended up happening was that I was having anxiety attacks. I didn't even know what these things were. I remember I was in class once, and then it was like I was in a trance. It's in my mind. It felt like my mind shifted, and I don't know not like who was in my body, but like, you know, like a scary movie when it feels like you're just like outside of everything that's happening. It was a moment like that in class, and I freaked out because I was like, yo, what if I stepped out of my mind? Like, I'm gonna go nuts for real. Like, not figuratively, like I was going nuts. Like, so another thing that happened, because I think all mental things are sort of like connected. So like the voices in my head started to get loud. Like, you know, like there's voices in your head, like it's just your normal voice, and then the voices in my, like, you know that thing when, yo, I hear voices in my head, they talk to me, and they, yeah, yo, that was me. I was here, and I was like, I was starting to argue with these voices, like in my room. I'd be like, shut up, you boys, shut up, leave me alone. Like, I was going nuts. I was going coco. Hey mama. So I was, yeah. And then I didn't want to worry my parents because I had already failed a flippin' grade. Like, I don't like to rely on people or like burden people, in fact. So I was like, yo, Ntobie, you gotta go to the psych. Otherwise, girl, like, you gotta go. Yeah, before I went to the psych, other things that was happening to me. I lived on the first floor of my block. So like, I would always go to the balcony and just look out, like, if I jump here, will I die? Like, those were the things that were going through my head. Like, if I jump here, will I die? I knew that it was never high enough, so I knew I could never be able to die. But maybe if I went up the roof, but I still wouldn't die because like it's not that high. I would like be really disabled, and I did not want that. So, and then in my room, I was having, like, at night, I would like grab my knife and like want to stab myself. Like, I would just hold it to my tummy or my throat. But then I think what frustrated me was that, what if I stab myself and I don't die? Like, I did not want that, you know? I wanted to die so bad. When I would pray, the only thing I would say to God was, kill me, Lord, just kill me, God. Just, yo, I was craving death. And that's when I knew that I was sick, because there was a part of me that knew that, no, it's not okay to want to die. It's not okay to want to die, okay? So I went to the psych. I'm like, took a kumbi, dropped off by Nazarene. I was a zombie. I walked myself to the psych. Yo, when I got there, I sat, they made me a card, I was just like, yo. And then when I sat by those chairs, the waiting area, the freedom. Like, I was hearing those people scream, like, the people from the side, just like screaming and just be happy. And it's like, I was like happy. I was very happy. Like, yes, like I can just be free now. I don't have to pretend. Yeah, so I'll continue.